The Kybalion, a book not for the ordinary mind, but for the seeker of hidden truths. Written and published by Lord Kabura Magic Haven. Chapter 1, The Hermetic Philosophy. Introduction to Hermeticism. Hermetic philosophy traces its origins to the dawn of ancient civilizations, rooted deeply in the wisdom of Egypt and Greece. At its core lies a sacred system of thought, mysterious and profound, that seeks to unravel the universe's hidden mechanisms. Unlike the mundane philosophy of common discourse, Hermeticism offers an esoteric path, a map not for the ordinary mind, but for the seeker of hidden truths, the initiate ready to step beyond the veil of illusion into a higher understanding. Central to this philosophy is the legendary figure of Hermes Trismegistus, a mystical being believed to be a fusion of the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth. Hermes, known as thrice great, bridges the gap between the spiritual and the material realms. He is the guide for those who wish to comprehend the divine mysteries, serving as the intermediary between the heavens and the earth, the visible and the invisible, the known and the unknown. Through him, the wisdom of the ancient worlds flows. Hermeticism is not merely a relic of the past but the bedrock upon which many modern systems of metaphysical and esoteric thought are built. It has influenced the development of alchemy, astrology, magic, and the spiritual sciences, disciplines that seek to understand not only the material world but the hidden forces that shape it. The ancient alchemists, for example, sought not only to transmute base metals into gold but to achieve the spiritual transformation of the self, guided by Hermetic principles. The Hermetic tradition. The Hermetic tradition is a path cloaked in secrecy and shrouded in mystery, for its wisdom is not intended for the masses but for the few who are ready and willing to undergo the rigorous journey of inner transformation. It is said that true Hermetic knowledge cannot be taught, only discovered, and thus the tradition places great emphasis on personal insight. The initiate must be prepared to look inward, to face their own limitations and shadows, and in doing so, find the light of truth that resides within. Unlike other schools of thought that broadcast their teachings openly, Hermeticism maintains a sacred silence. The truths it holds are too potent, too delicate, to be exposed to those who are not yet prepared to grasp them. This secrecy is not born of elitism but of wisdom, for Hermetic knowledge, if misunderstood or misused, can become a source of confusion and harm rather than enlightenment. This is why the philosophy emphasizes initiation, an individual's readiness to receive wisdom. The teachings are not meant to be shared indiscriminately but passed from teacher to student, from master to apprentice, in a lineage that honors the sacred nature of the knowledge. The journey is as much about the transformation of the seeker as it is about the accumulation of knowledge. As Hermes himself is said to have taught, as above, so below, as within, so without, the understanding of the cosmos is tied to the understanding of the self. To change the outer world, one must first change the inner world. The Hermetic path requires not only intellectual study but the cultivation of intuition and spiritual insight. It demands that the initiate question the nature of reality, the fabric of existence, and their place within it. And it promises, to those who are willing to walk the path, the gift of wisdom, a glimpse into the divine workings of the universe. But this gift is earned, not given lightly, for it is in the personal journey of revelation that the true power of Hermetic philosophy is unlocked. In this tradition, the seeker becomes the sage, the alchemist who transforms not only lead into gold but ignorance into wisdom, separation into unity, and darkness into light. Chapter 2, The 7 Hermetic Principles. In the vast architecture of the cosmos, there are unseen forces that shape the fabric of reality itself. These forces, ancient and profound, are not bound by time or space, but instead govern the very essence of existence. These are the 7 Hermetic principles, timeless laws whispered through the ages, guiding those who seek deeper wisdom and personal mastery. They are the keys to understanding not only the outer world, but the inner workings of the mind, spirit, and soul. To know them is to begin the journey toward enlightenment. The importance of the principles. The Hermetic principles are not mere abstract ideas or distant philosophical musings. They are the universal laws upon which everything is built, from the movement of the stars to the thoughts that flicker through our minds. When understood and applied, these laws have the power to transform one's perception of the world and the self. They reveal the hidden mechanics of life, granting the individual the ability to move in harmony with the currents of the universe, rather than be swept away by them. Mastery of these principles leads not only to greater control over one's destiny but also to the attainment of higher wisdom. The adept becomes the architect of their own experience, rather than a mere passenger on the waves of circumstance. In essence, these laws are the blueprint for unlocking the mysteries of existence, the map for those who seek to rise above the ordinary and glimpse the extraordinary. Now, let us take a brief look at each of these sacred principles, which will be explored in greater depth in the chapters that follow. 1. Mentalism. The first and most foundational principle states that, the all is mind, the universe is mental. This truth reveals that everything in existence originates from thought and consciousness. The mind is the seed from which all matter and form sprout. It is the underlying force that gives life to all things. To understand this is to realize that our thoughts shape our reality. As creators of our own mental world, we hold the power to change our circumstances by changing our minds. 2. Correspondence. This principle teaches us, as above, so below, as below, so above. There is a reflection of the macrocosm in the microcosm, and vice versa. The patterns of the heavens are mirrored in the smallest atom, and the human condition reflects cosmic truths. By studying one layer of reality, we gain insight into another. The key to this principle lies in recognizing the interwoven nature of existence. What happens on one level resonates on another. 3. Vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. The universe is in constant motion, and everything vibrates at its own frequency. From the densest rock to the most fleeting thought, all things are in motion. By tuning into these vibrations, one can affect change in themselves and the world around them. Understanding vibration allows us to alter our state, raise our frequency, and align with higher planes of existence. 4. Polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites. This principle reveals that opposites are merely two extremes of the same essence. Light and dark, heat and cold, love and hate, each is a spectrum of the same thing. By recognizing the unity in apparent opposites, we can transmute undesirable states into desirable ones. Mastering polarity gives one the ability to rise above duality and understand life in its totality. 5. Rhythm. Everything flows, out and in, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall. This principle speaks to the natural cycles that govern life. Like the swinging of a pendulum, everything in the universe moves in a rhythm, from the changing seasons to the highs and lows of human emotion. To work with this principle is to understand timing and flow, to anticipate life's ebbs and flows, and to find balance within them. 6. Cause and effect. Every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause. There are no accidents in the universe, only chains of action and reaction. Every thought, every action sets into motion a series of consequences. This principle teaches responsibility for one's actions and empowers the individual to become the cause, rather than the effect, in their life. It speaks of karmic law, where all actions return to their source, creating a cycle of justice and balance. 7. Gender. Gender is in everything, everything has its masculine and feminine principles. This principle does not refer to physical gender alone, but to the idea that both masculine and feminine energies exist in all things. Creation itself is a result of these dual forces interacting. Masculine energy is active, forceful, and giving, while feminine energy is receptive, nurturing, and creative. Mastery of this principle involves balancing these energies within oneself, leading to harmony and wholeness. These 7 Hermetic principles form the cornerstone of all esoteric thought. They are the pillars upon which the mysteries of the universe rest. By studying and applying them, we begin to unlock the hidden doors of knowledge, revealing the truth of our own potential. Chapter 3, The Principle of Mentalism. The all is mind, the universe is mental. At the heart of this principle lies a profound and transformative idea: reality itself is rooted in mind. The ancient teachings conveyed in the Kybalion assert that all things, every aspect of the universe, every experience, every material form, are not merely physical or accidental occurrences. Instead, they are manifestations of an underlying, all-encompassing consciousness known as the All. This infinite mind is the source and sustainer of everything that exists. To grasp this principle is to recognize that the entire universe, in all its complexity, is essentially a projection of thought. The material world, which we tend to believe is solid and immutable, is, in fact, a fluid expression of mental energy. Just as the thoughts we hold in our minds shape our personal reality, the universal mind shapes the very fabric of existence. Everything around us, the stars, the earth, our bodies, our relationships, is a direct product of this vast, conscious intelligence. Implications. Understanding the principle of mentalism opens a gateway to profound personal empowerment. If the universe is indeed mental, then thought becomes the key to mastering our own reality. By learning to control our thoughts, we gain the ability to influence our experiences and the world around us. Thought is not a passive or abstract force, but rather the driving engine behind creation. What we dwell on mentally becomes our reality. Every idea, belief, and mental pattern we hold within us has the power to shape the circumstances of our lives. Thus, by disciplining our minds and cultivating awareness of our thoughts, we can begin to reshape our lives according to our higher desires and aspirations. Mastery over thought leads to mastery over life itself. It requires mental discipline, a conscious effort to align one's thinking with constructive, creative, and expansive ideas. Negative thoughts, doubts, and fears, if left unchecked, manifest as limitations, blockages, and unwanted circumstances. On the other hand, when we align our thinking with clarity, purpose, and vision, the universe responds accordingly, materializing the outcomes that reflect the mental energy we project. In essence, the principle of mentalism teaches us that we are not victims of a random or indifferent universe. Instead, we are active participants in the creative process. The world we experience is a mirror of the thoughts we hold, and by mastering the mind, we unlock the ability to shape not only our own reality but the broader world we inhabit. Chapter 4, The Principle of Correspondence. As above, so below, as below, so above. The principle of correspondence, like a thread weaving through the fabric of existence, teaches that all levels of reality, physical, mental, and spiritual, are deeply interconnected. This simple yet profound idea, as above, so below, as below, so above, suggests that what happens in one realm is echoed in others. In essence, the laws governing the spiritual are mirrored in the physical world, and vice versa. This principle is the key to understanding how the universe is a harmonious whole, where everything reflects and responds to everything else. The interconnectedness of reality. According to this principle, all planes of existence are not isolated from one another. The physical world, what we touch and see, is a reflection of the mental world, the thoughts, emotions, and intentions that shape our experience. Similarly, the mental and physical are but reflections of the spiritual realm, the plane where the highest truths and cosmic forces reside. What occurs on one level ripples outward, influencing the others, like a stone cast into a pond sends waves to the shore. For instance, when we face challenges in the physical world, be it in relationships, work, or health, those experiences often mirror lessons we are meant to learn on a deeper, spiritual level. Likewise, inner spiritual growth is often mirrored by changes in our outer circumstances. Thus, every action, thought, or emotion is not only a local event in one's personal world but also an expression of larger cosmic principles. Examples of correspondence: microcosm and macrocosm. The concept of microcosm and macrocosm is central to the understanding of correspondence. The human being, the microcosm, is a small universe in itself, reflecting the vastness of the greater cosmos, the macrocosm. Just as the universe operates through cycles, birth, death, and rebirth, so too do we experience these cycles on a personal level in our lives. The movements of the stars and planets are reflected in our emotional and mental states, just as our thoughts and feelings shape our personal worlds. To go deeper, take human life as a reflection of the universe itself. The same forces that govern the stars also flow within us. The rhythms of nature, the changing seasons, the ebb and flow of the tides, are mirrored in the cycles of our own lives. Just as the universe grows, changes, and evolves, so do we, following the same underlying laws. This principle can also be observed in the relationship between the mind and body. Physical ailments often correspond to emotional or mental blockages. For example, anxiety may manifest as tension in the body, while unresolved grief might affect the heart. By addressing the mental or emotional cause, we can often find relief in the physical realm as well. Spiritual lessons in material experiences. In the same way, the material world provides us with mirrors of spiritual truths. For instance, the cycle of a plant growing from a seed, flourishing, and then decaying into the soil is a reflection of the soul's journey, its birth, growth through experience, and eventual return to the source of all things. Spiritual lessons are not abstract ideas floating in some distant realm, they are played out in the most mundane of life's experiences. A simple act of kindness or the challenge of enduring hardship can reveal spiritual truths about compassion, resilience, and the nature of existence. The material world becomes a classroom for the soul, where every event, no matter how small, is an opportunity to learn something about the larger, unseen forces that shape our lives. This way, correspondence is not just a philosophical idea but a practical tool for living in alignment with universal laws. Applications of the principle of correspondence. The beauty of the principle of correspondence lies in its practicality. By observing the physical world around us, we can gain insight into the spiritual forces at play. For example, watching the changing of the seasons can remind us of the cycles of growth and rest in our own lives, and by attuning ourselves to these natural rhythms, we can align with the flow of the universe rather than resisting it. Similarly, by reflecting on our inner mental and emotional states, we can affect change in the outer world. A person who nurtures thoughts of abundance, gratitude, and compassion will often see these qualities reflected back to them in the form of positive life experiences. Conversely, thoughts of fear or limitation may manifest as obstacles or challenges in the outer world. This principle teaches us that the key to changing our outer reality lies in first changing our inner one. Ultimately, the principle of correspondence invites us to see beyond the apparent separations between the physical, mental, and spiritual planes. It urges us to recognize that the universe is a harmonious whole, and that by understanding the patterns in one realm, we can unlock the mysteries of another. Whether it's through meditation, contemplation of nature, or quiet observation of our own lives, this principle encourages us to seek the hidden connections that link everything together, revealing the deeper unity of existence. Chapter 5: The Principle of Vibration. The concept behind the principle of vibration is both profound and simple. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. At first glance, this might seem abstract, but when understood deeply, it reveals one of the most fundamental truths about existence. Everything we know, whether it be solid matter, light, thought, or even spirit, exists in a state of perpetual motion. Nothing is ever truly still, not even the quietest rock or the most distant star. The entire universe is constantly shifting, flowing, and vibrating, woven into an intricate web of movement. This principle teaches that all of creation, from the smallest particle to the largest star, hums with life, and that every object, being, and idea vibrates at its own frequency. The differences in form, energy, and consciousness are simply differences in the rate of vibration. In essence, what we perceive as solid or tangible, and what we understand as ethereal or abstract, are merely varying expressions of the same fundamental force, vibration. Frequency of thought and matter. Matter and thought, though they appear to be separate realms, are intricately connected by their vibrations. Objects in the physical world, what we can see, touch, and measure, vibrate at lower frequencies. These are denser, slower-moving forms of energy. For example, the ground beneath our feet, the trees, the buildings, and even our bodies are all manifestations of these low-frequency vibrations. On the other hand, the higher planes of existence, the mental, emotional, and spiritual realms, are marked by quicker, more refined vibrations. Thoughts, emotions, and even our awareness vibrate at frequencies far above the physical world. The more abstract and less tied to matter something is, the higher its vibration. Thoughts and emotions, especially those rooted in love, creativity, or wisdom, resonate at much higher frequencies than simple physical matter. This means that the spiritual realms, those places of consciousness that seem elusive or distant, are not separate from the material world, but rather, they are part of the same spectrum of existence. The difference lies in the vibrational frequency. Just as ice, water, and steam are different states of the same substance, vibrating at different speeds, so too are the physical and spiritual worlds. Application: raising one's vibration. Understanding the principle of vibration offers us a powerful tool for personal growth. If the universe is made of vibrations, and if thought, matter, and spirit are simply different frequencies of that vibration, then it follows that by changing our vibration, we can transform our reality. How do we raise our vibrations? Through conscious effort and practice. Positive thoughts, acts of kindness, meditation, and spiritual practices like prayer or contemplation help to elevate our vibration. When we allow ourselves to dwell in states of love, compassion, and understanding, we ascend to higher frequencies of existence. We begin to resonate with more subtle and refined forms of energy, moving closer to spiritual enlightenment. Conversely, negative thoughts, fear, and anger lower our vibration, tying us to denser, more material realities. The principle reminds us that we have the ability to control the frequencies at which we vibrate. We are not passive beings trapped in our current state, but rather active participants in the universal dance of energy. By consciously choosing thoughts and actions that lift us up, we can experience higher states of awareness and deeper connections with the spiritual realms. The secret is not in resisting the flow of energy but in aligning ourselves with it, harmonizing our inner vibration with the higher frequencies of the universe. In this sense, the principle of vibration is both a law of the cosmos and a key to our own personal transformation. Everything moves, everything vibrates, but it is within our power to determine the rhythm and frequency of our own being. Chapter 6: The Principle of Polarity. The ancient Hermetic principle of polarity teaches that everything in existence contains two sides, or poles, that are fundamentally connected. At first glance, opposites like light and dark, hot and cold, seem entirely distinct from one another, but in truth, they are simply varying degrees of the same essence. What we often perceive as extremes are not separate, but part of a continuous spectrum. For example, hot and cold are not different substances, they are simply different expressions of the same concept, temperature. Similarly, love and hate, though seemingly opposed, are not two separate entities but points along a single line of emotional intensity. Understanding this idea, that opposites are merely degrees of the same thing, is at the heart of mastering the principle of polarity. The Hermetic teachings go further, suggesting that with awareness and intent, one can shift between these poles. This act of shifting is known as transmutation of polarity. Hermetic masters possess the skill to transform one state of being into its opposite by altering its degree. They understand that hate can become love, not by denying hate but by recognizing it as love's opposite expression. Through conscious effort and mental focus, they gradually move from one pole to the other, changing the emotional state. Consider this: when we experience hatred, we can soften its intensity by shifting toward love. It doesn't happen all at once, but with focused thought, we can gradually move along the emotional spectrum, reducing the strength of one feeling and cultivating its opposite. This practice grants us power over our emotional lives, freeing us from the grip of extremes. In everyday life, the principle of polarity teaches us that we are not prisoners of any one experience or emotion. Situations that seem unbearable or emotions that feel overwhelming can be managed through the awareness that we hold the ability to shift our perspective, to move from one pole to another. We are never stuck in darkness, for light is always the same thing, just further along the spectrum. By applying this principle, we gain mastery not only over our emotions but also over the events in our lives. Rather than seeing challenges as fixed and insurmountable, we begin to understand that all things, joy and sorrow, success and failure, love and hate, are part of a grand continuum. This knowledge empowers us to navigate life with wisdom, shifting our internal states to match the outcomes we desire. Chapter 7, The Principle of Rhythm. Everything flows, out and in, everything has its tides. The principle of rhythm reveals the pulse of existence, the continuous ebb and flow that underlies all life. Just as the ocean follows the pull of the moon, rising and falling with its tides, so too does every aspect of life, whether it be physical, emotional, or spiritual, move in cycles. Birth and death, success and failure, joy and sorrow, all dance to this unseen rhythm. Nothing remains constant, everything is in perpetual motion. The highs are always followed by lows, just as the day is followed by night. This is the law of rhythm, and it affects all things. The principle teaches that no condition is permanent. If one is riding a wave of triumph, the tide will inevitably recede, and when caught in a trough of despair, one must remember that this too shall pass. Life is in a state of perpetual flux, and it is this rhythm that propels it forward. The key to understanding the universe, therefore, is to recognize this inevitable motion. Mastering rhythm. While we cannot stop the tides, we can learn to surf them. The mastery of rhythm lies not in resisting life's cyclical nature, but in harmonizing with it. Those who are wise in the ways of this principle understand how to navigate the crests and troughs of life's waves without being tossed about by them. They know that just as good times will not last forever, neither will hard times endure. This wisdom allows them to remain centered, weathering the storms of life without being overwhelmed by them. On a personal level, the rhythms of life manifest in our mental and emotional states. Our moods, like the phases of the moon, shift from light to shadow, from joy to melancholy. Yet, by becoming aware of these internal cycles, we can achieve a state of inner equilibrium. We can recognize when we are in a high, creative phase and take full advantage of it, just as we can be patient and gentle with ourselves during periods of retreat, knowing they are part of the natural flow. The true master of rhythm is not one who seeks to control or escape the cycles of life, but one who moves with them, understanding that the same current that pulls them down will also lift them up again. Such a person embraces both ascent and descent with equal grace, knowing that both are necessary for growth. Chapter 8, The Principle of Cause and Effect. The concept that every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause, unfolds a profound truth about the fabric of our existence. At the heart of this principle lies the assertion that nothing in life occurs by mere chance, rather, every event, every thought, and every action is intricately woven into an elaborate tapestry of interconnectedness. Each occurrence is but a thread in the grand design, where every cause sets in motion a series of effects, creating a continuous chain of causality that shapes our lives and the world around us. Nothing happens by chance. To truly grasp this principle, one must recognize that everything is interrelated. Think of it as a vast web, with each strand representing an action or thought, which in turn influences countless others. For example, a single decision made today, whether to help a friend, pursue a dream, or even harbor a negative thought, can ripple outward, affecting not only the individual but also those around them. This interconnection underscores the idea that our lives are not isolated incidents but rather part of a larger cosmic flow. In this way, understanding the principle of cause and effect invites us to acknowledge our place within this intricate web of life. Personal responsibility. With this understanding comes a weighty sense of responsibility. If every action we take and every thought we entertain holds the potential to create future effects, then we must accept that we are the architects of our own lives. Each choice we make is a stepping stone towards our future, paving the way for the outcomes we experience. This realization encourages us to cultivate mindfulness in our daily lives. By being conscious of our actions and thoughts, we can steer ourselves toward a more favorable destiny. It invites us to be proactive in shaping our lives, rather than becoming passive observers swept along by circumstance. Spiritual application. On a spiritual level, this principle takes on an even deeper significance. By aligning ourselves with higher causes, those that resonate with divine or spiritual purposes, we can transcend the limitations imposed by lower effects. When we engage with the world from a place of elevated intention, we empower ourselves to exert greater control over our destinies. This alignment not only uplifts our own lives but can also ripple out to influence the lives of others, creating a collective elevation of consciousness. Imagine a person who consciously seeks to cultivate love and compassion in their interactions. By embodying these higher virtues, they generate positive effects that inspire those around them. In this way, they not only shape their own journey but also contribute to the well-being of the community, demonstrating how the principle of cause and effect operates on both individual and collective levels. Ultimately, the principle of cause and effect serves as a reminder of our agency in the world. It teaches us that we are not merely at the mercy of external circumstances, rather, we possess the ability to influence our paths through our thoughts and actions. By embracing this wisdom, we can live more intentionally, making choices that resonate with our highest selves, and in doing so, we illuminate the path not just for ourselves, but for those who walk alongside us. In this dance of causality, we find the profound truth that every action we take is a step toward the future we wish to create. Chapter 9, The Principle of Gender. In the vast tapestry of existence, one fundamental truth emerges: gender is woven into the very fabric of everything that surrounds us. It is an essential principle, a duality that permeates every aspect of life, asserting that all things possess both masculine and feminine qualities. This principle of gender goes beyond mere biological definitions. It encompasses a spectrum of creative forces that resonate across the physical, mental, and spiritual realms. Gender as a creative force. The concept of gender within this framework serves as a reminder that masculinity and femininity are not confined to gendered bodies but represent two powerful energies that manifest in various forms. The masculine energy, often characterized by qualities such as action, logic, and analysis, drives progress and initiates change. Conversely, feminine energy embodies receptivity, intuition, and nurturing, fostering growth and understanding. Together, these forces dance in a dynamic interplay, shaping the universe and influencing the very essence of our being. Every individual, regardless of their physical form, embodies these energies to varying degrees. A person may possess a predominantly masculine energy that fuels their ambition and analytical thinking, yet simultaneously nurture a feminine energy that fosters empathy and intuition. This intricate balance between the two is vital for holistic well-being and self-realization. The quest for balance. To master the principle of gender is to engage in a lifelong journey toward equilibrium. It requires acknowledging the existence of both energies within oneself and striving to harmonize them. This balance is not merely about achieving parity but about understanding when to embrace the active, assertive nature of the masculine and when to surrender to the gentle, receptive nature of the feminine. In the pursuit of this mastery, one may find that their external circumstances reflect their internal state. A person who honors both aspects of their being may navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, while those who neglect one side may encounter discord and conflict. Achieving this balance can be transformative, leading to a more profound connection with oneself and the universe. Creation and manifestation. The interplay of masculine and feminine energies is the foundation of creation itself. In the physical realm, this principle manifests in the act of procreation, where the union of male and female generates new life. However, creation extends far beyond biological reproduction. Every idea, artwork, and innovation emerges from this sacred dance of energies. The active drive to create, often associated with masculinity, requires the receptive quality of femininity to nurture and bring those creations to fruition. On a spiritual level, this principle also plays a crucial role. The blending of masculine and feminine energies fosters a deeper understanding of the self and the universe. It encourages individuals to embrace their duality, recognizing that true enlightenment comes from integrating both aspects. When one learns to flow with this interplay, they tap into a limitless source of creativity and manifestation, enabling them to bring their visions to life. In essence, the principle of gender teaches us that existence is not merely a balance of opposites but a harmonious integration of complementary forces. By embracing both the masculine and feminine within, we can unlock our fullest potential, engage in meaningful creation, and navigate the complexities of life with clarity and purpose. As we honor this duality, we discover that the universe itself reflects this sacred interplay, inviting us to participate in the ongoing act of creation that defines our existence. Chapter 10: Hermetic Axioms and Practical Applications. In the realm of Hermetic philosophy, a collection of profound insights, known as axioms, serves as the foundation upon which practitioners can build their understanding and mastery of life. These concise teachings distill the wisdom of the previous chapters into essential truths that resonate with both the mind and spirit. They are guiding principles, offering a glimpse into the deeper workings of the universe and our place within it. Hermetic Axioms. The Hermetic Axioms can be seen as the keys to unlocking the mysteries of existence. They encapsulate fundamental truths about the nature of reality and the human experience. Each axiom acts as a beacon, illuminating our path toward greater understanding and empowerment. One notable axiom states, "He who understands the principle of vibration has grasped the scepter of power." This succinct phrase encapsulates the essence of Hermetic thought, that everything in the universe is in a state of vibration, and to master one's own vibrations is to harness one's true power. These axioms challenge us to contemplate the implications of their meanings and to recognize how they can influence our lives. They are not merely intellectual exercises, rather, they are practical tools that can lead to transformative change when applied with intention and awareness. Mental transmutation. Central to the practice of Hermeticism is the concept of mental transmutation, which refers to the ability to transform our thoughts, emotions, and external circumstances through the mastery of our mental faculties. This transformation is achieved by understanding and manipulating the principles outlined in the previous chapters. Mental transmutation allows individuals to rise above the chaos of the external world and shape their realities according to their desires and intentions. To practice mental transmutation, one might engage in techniques such as visualization, affirmation, and meditation. For instance, when faced with negative emotions or circumstances, a practitioner can visualize a positive outcome, affirming their ability to create change. By deliberately shifting their mental state, they can alter their experiences and cultivate a more harmonious existence. This practice fosters resilience and empowers individuals to navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence. Applications in daily life. Understanding the 7 principles of Hermeticism, mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender, provides a framework for enhancing various aspects of life. The following outlines how these principles can be integrated into daily experiences. Relationships. In the context of relationships, the principle of vibration emphasizes the importance of maintaining positive energy. Individuals can become aware of their emotional states and intentionally elevate their vibrations to foster healthier connections. The principle of polarity teaches us that opposites exist on the same spectrum. Understanding this can help individuals navigate conflicts by finding common ground. Practicing empathy and compassion can facilitate deeper connections and enrich interpersonal dynamics. Career. In a professional setting, the principle of cause and effect underscores the significance of actions and decisions. Every effort, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect that influences future outcomes. By recognizing this connection, individuals can approach their work with purpose, understanding that their choices shape their career trajectories. The principle of rhythm serves as a reminder to embrace the natural ebbs and flows of work life, allowing for periods of rest and renewal to enhance productivity. Health. When it comes to health, the principle of mentalism highlights the connection between mind and body. Positive thoughts and beliefs can lead to improved physical well-being. Practicing mental transmutation through affirmations and visualization can help individuals overcome health challenges. Additionally, recognizing the influence of vibrations in our environment, such as the food we consume or the people we surround ourselves with, empowers individuals to make choices that nurture their physical and emotional health. Spiritual growth. The principles of Hermeticism offer a roadmap for spiritual growth. By embracing the principle of gender, individuals can honor both their masculine and feminine energies, cultivating a sense of balance within themselves. The practice of meditation, informed by the principle of vibration, can facilitate deeper connections to the self and the universe, fostering spiritual awakening. Engaging with these principles encourages a journey of self-discovery and transformation, inviting individuals to explore the depths of their consciousness. Chapter 10: Hermetic Axioms and Practical Applications. In the realm of Hermetic philosophy, a collection of profound insights, known as axioms, serves as the foundation upon which practitioners can build their understanding and mastery of life. These concise teachings distill the wisdom of the previous chapters into essential truths that resonate with both the mind and spirit. They are guiding principles, offering a glimpse into the deeper workings of the universe and our place within it. Hermetic Axioms. The Hermetic Axioms can be seen as the keys to unlocking the mysteries of existence. They encapsulate fundamental truths about the nature of reality and the human experience. Each axiom acts as a beacon, illuminating our path toward greater understanding and empowerment. One notable axiom states, "He who understands the principle of vibration has grasped the scepter of power." This succinct phrase encapsulates the essence of Hermetic thought, that everything in the universe is in a state of vibration, and to master one's own vibrations is to harness one's true power. These axioms challenge us to contemplate the implications of their meanings and to recognize how they can influence our lives. They are not merely intellectual exercises, rather, they are practical tools that can lead to transformative change when applied with intention and awareness. Mental transmutation. Central to the practice of Hermeticism is the concept of mental transmutation, which refers to the ability to transform our thoughts, emotions, and external circumstances through the mastery of our mental faculties. This transformation is achieved by understanding and manipulating the principles outlined in the previous chapters. Mental transmutation allows individuals to rise above the chaos of the external world and shape their realities according to their desires and intentions. To practice mental transmutation, one might engage in techniques such as visualization, affirmation, and meditation. For instance, when faced with negative emotions or circumstances, a practitioner can visualize a positive outcome, affirming their ability to create change. By deliberately shifting their mental state, they can alter their experiences and cultivate a more harmonious existence. This practice fosters resilience and empowers individuals to navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence. Applications in daily life. Understanding the 7 principles of Hermeticism, mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender, provides a framework for enhancing various aspects of life. The following outlines how these principles can be integrated into daily experiences. Relationships. In the context of relationships, the principle of vibration emphasizes the importance of maintaining positive energy. Individuals can become aware of their emotional states and intentionally elevate their vibrations to foster healthier connections. The principle of polarity teaches us that opposites exist on the same spectrum. Understanding this can help individuals navigate conflicts by finding common ground. Practicing empathy and compassion can facilitate deeper connections and enrich interpersonal dynamics. Career. In a professional setting, the principle of cause and effect underscores the significance of actions and decisions. Every effort, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect that influences future outcomes. By recognizing this connection, individuals can approach their work with purpose, understanding that their choices shape their career trajectories. The principle of rhythm serves as a reminder to embrace the natural ebbs and flows of work life, allowing for periods of rest and renewal to enhance productivity. Health. When it comes to health, the principle of mentalism highlights the connection between mind and body. Positive thoughts and beliefs can lead to improved physical well-being. Practicing mental transmutation through affirmations and visualization can help individuals overcome health challenges. Additionally, recognizing the influence of vibrations in our environment, such as the food we consume or the people we surround ourselves with, empowers individuals to make choices that nurture their physical and emotional health. Spiritual growth. The principles of Hermeticism offer a roadmap for spiritual growth. By embracing the principle of gender, individuals can honor both their masculine and feminine energies, cultivating a sense of balance within themselves. The practice of meditation, informed by the principle of vibration, can facilitate deeper connections to the self and the universe, fostering spiritual awakening. Engaging with these principles encourages a journey of self-discovery and transformation, inviting individuals to explore the depths of their consciousness. In this way, the Hermetic teachings extend beyond the self, fostering a community of enlightened souls who collectively strive for a deeper understanding of existence and a more harmonious world. To join the ranks of the initiates, please subscribe to our channel, like our videos, share them with others, and leave a comment below. Thank you for visiting, and may many blessings be upon you.